Morning, everybody. Welcome to Lockpod, Season 11, Episode 20. We are the Midwest's most dangerous podcast.
We're in the 20s.
Coming to you live from the NECA IBW Power in Indiana Lake County Studios. Huh. That's
Look at
a mouthful,
you.
huh?
Just rolls right off your mouth.
Yeah. Happy Steak and Blowjob Day.
Excuse me. Speaking of a mouthful. What'd you say, John? Speaking of a mouthful.
Steak and Blowjob Day was yesterday, actually.
I prefer the English version.
I was not.
Yeah. I did not eat steak yesterday, for the record.
I had corned beef
it was
and cabbage
yesterday?
at your
I had corned
fundraiser.
beef and cabbage and chicken. I don't know what that means. Yeah, yesterday was Steak and BJ Day.
I think it's,
I got to look this up. Hold
I
on.
prefer
This
the.
is
Don't
not
you
the-
prefer
this
the
is not
English version
bullshit.
though, John?
Yeah, what is it?
Steak and Nobbler Day.
Steak and Nobber.
Nobber Day.
Nobbler is a dish.
I didn't know that. Nobbler sounds like
A
a
nobbler
chicken.
is a fine
Or
dish
turkey,
made
rather.
with peaches.
That's
Oh my
gobbler.
God, this is real.
Cobbler, Nobbler.
Steak
Nobber.
and Blowjob Day is real. It's 1 month after Valentine's Day. I think this is a Johnny.
I don't think it's real.
It is real.
It sounds like a John
Look at-
Cantrell
there's a
holiday.
By the way, first off, John Cantrell is the one that told me about this. And I put it in my phone like
Shocking.
7 months ago.
Shocking.
So that it popped up. Happy Steak and Blowjob Day. I'm like, dude.
Did you put it on your calendar like an Outlook? It's like a holiday. Like
I put it
every
in my
year.
Lockpod
Then you
calendar.
put annual renewal.
So that I could bring it to this excellent show that we put on.
Can I read this real
Yes,
quick?
please.
Women are purportedly supposed to cook a filet steak for and perform fellatio on a man.
Any
Oh.
man?
A man.
On a man?
Any
Do
man.
we know any?
Yeah.
Do we know any woman that celebrated this yesterday?
I don't know, but I'm gonna stop by and get some steak on the way home. Though.
I think it's a bad idea. I
Amy?
wouldn't. If you walk in your house today with a steak,
Honey, I got steak. That
you're
would be
gonna-
the first time in my life I ever bought steak.
It'll be you'll have a frying pan going against your head, dude.
If I don't smell steak when I get home,
Oh
we're
God,
gonna have problems, Amy.
there was no steak in my fridge.
There is no steak. Yeah, I had corned beef last night. For the
Yeah,
record.
so did I.
Yeah.
At a fundraiser. That's why I wear this. I wear like two things: St. Patty's Day and your fundraiser.
Old school.
This is
that,
a
yeah.
2011.
Whoa.
Baby. Look at that.
Still
2011.
fits you great too.
Thank you.
Yeah, man.
It did.
Nice.
You know what? I didn't even think about that,
Yeah.
John, when I pulled that out this morning.
Morning, Jill. By the way,
Hey.
Hi, Jill.
Jill is coming in hot.
Well,
today.
think about it. She gets to sit here and listen to us talk about
Jill walks in the
steak
studio.
and Knobber Day.
Yeah, Nobber
Kevin
does
said,
sound.
oops, like I wasn't going to be here for the rest of the hour.
Steak and Nobber Day.
I mean, I'm
Nobber is a cool word.
There's a lot of
why don't
good
they have-
English words
I
that
agree.
we never.
Nobber. Why do we're so
Knobhead.
unsophisticated over here?
Yeah, well, I don't know if that's such a
But it's a
sophisticated
good
word.
name for blowjob. Like we say blowjob, it's so crude and
Yeah.
terrible.
like over there they say Nobber.
Yep.
See, it's just a perfect example.
But
of,
maybe
like,
it's
the difference
considered crude
between-
there.
Their words are better there.
I agree.
For
Jill.
sure. For sure.
It's like, hey, you want to go out, have a couple drinks, and get a Nobber? Yeah,
All right.
sure.
Oh, God.
Well, I'm just saying, this is how they talk out there.
You know what, John? I leave for one episode,
Uh-huh.
and it's like this thing became like I listened to part of it. I was like, let's
Part?
count the F-bombs.
Oh, I
Let's
mean,
count
we had Matt Reardon.
I know. I was
studio.
like, oh
Did
my
you listen,
God.
Kevin?
Yeah,
You listened?
partly.
By the way, like I was listening another day because I do a
Off the
recap
rails,
of every
dude.
show. Like, and I talked to Matt last night. I'm like, dude, like. You come in here, you know, and you're a businessman and you're promoting your business. He offended so many people before he walked out of here. He offended women from Alabama, women from England.
Yeah,
like
the whole country of England.
Like
The whole
huge
country.
swaths of people. He doesn't like. I go after individuals, right? Matt's
So you're
like,
saying the Brits are not calling MCR
no,
partners?
no, the Brits are not going to go to MCR partners. I don't. Nor will women from Alabama.
Why are we on an apology tour now?
Yeah, that's where
right.
Matt Reardon
Yeah.
is today. He's
Yeah, right.
He's traveling.
Yeah, that was a good episode, though.
Yes, thank
Yeah.
you, Matt Reardon, for
Thank
filling
you,
in
Matt
for
Reardon.
me.
It's
Appreciate
great to have
that.
him back in the studio.
I'll tell you, this is something that Tom and I both enjoy is skiing, and I took a quick trip out to Breckenridge. Had a great time, good snow. I got out of there before I-70 closed with about 3 feet of snow yesterday.
Nice.
But I took this pretty fun video of Charlie, who likes to board, post foot surgery, so he's back on his board. And if you can hear the audio on this, that's the best part. He has a good first jump at this terrain park, and then the second jump's pretty funny. If you can just hear it, you'll know what happens.
Dude, he's jumping, huh?
Yeah, looking good. Now here he is. Listen
I
to
cannot
this.
do that.
Listen to this. And then you don't see him, but you see a pile of snow.
Gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
He's good, man. That's freaking awesome. I cannot do that. If my skis literally go in the air 6 inches,
I get nervous.
oh my
I'm the
God,
same way.
dude. I am not meant to fly.
I was, and you, and by the way, you're a good skier, and you also you ski fast.
I ski pretty aggressively.
And it was the same with me there. I really had a good time. We were cruising, and Breckenridge is pretty high. Like we were talking about Park City.
12,000. Yeah,
that's where we were at peak 6. 12,302.
See, that's the difference. Like when I was in Utah, everybody was telling me how high we were, but I'm like, dude, there's still trees here. Like we're not that high because I grew up in California, and that's what the top of the mountains look like in California.
Exactly.
No
You're
trees.
above
You're
the tree
above
line.
the tree line, right?
And so at this point in time, you would have liked this. I did not do this. You might have done this. They had guys doing terrain, walking up with their skis above.
I would not have done that.
Yeah. So they go from
First
here,
off,
John, and
that's
go
a-
up
that's
further.
yeah, they walk up.
They walk up that peak right there.
It's a freaking hike.
Fuck that.
I know.
What?
You like
Back
first
here?
off to get to
Yes.
that point on chairlifts probably takes you a half hour.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
then to walk up, it takes them at least another half hour. Just
Yeah.
to
Oh
see-
yeah.
Yeah.
With their
With
basically
skis and
skis
shit.
on their shoulders
They're
and
carrying
their
everything
boots.
up a mountain.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, they do this a lot too, but I do not.
I'll just ski down.
I prefer to. You're at 12,000 feet. I prefer to ski down.
Yeah.
No big, you know.
Yeah.
But
So,
yeah, so these
trip.
people they get to go out there all the time though.
So thank you, Matt Reardon, for filling in. And I'm back.
Yeah, man. Welcome back. Good to see you.
Hopefully, we'll do things
I
like
like-
calling people the right names and things like that.
Yeah, man. Like, I had a couple incidences this week. First off,
I love this.
and Harris Kuklakis, one of our ad sponsors. Is
Harris.
Thank you, Kuklakis Law.
And he's in the studio. First off, like our business manager should make it clear what their first name is. Like, okay, so I'm going to do a shout out to Steve here.
I think maybe Steve did.
Okay. Well, it should be on our script or something, right?
All right, fair.
So Harris comes into the studio, Jill. I said his name, Harold, which is not his name, but I must have said it 20 times. And then, of course, John is saying it because I'm saying Harold, and then Matt's saying it. The word Harold was said about 30 times during that show.
I just want to point two things out. One, I thought you were doing me a solid to help Smith Sursick, since he's a competitor.
Of course,
so
Kevin.
thank
That's
you. Secondly, Tom is like adamant about saying to like Steve and me and whatever, he's like, hey, if we have a Lockpot calendar.
Oh, shit.
He's like, so if we have a guest,
I know where this
you
is going.
need to go and put it on the calendars. I just want to
Dickhead.
back up Steve here a little bit,
Dickhead.
and save our business manager. Here it is on my calendar.
Okay.
Harris Kuklakis
Look at
on the
that.
show.
Look at that.
Wow.
Right there.
I
Right
knew
there.
he was coming on. I didn't pay much attention to the first name. I thought it was Harold for some reason. He looks anyway. I was going to say he looks like a Harold, but that's disrespectful.
He's a nice young fella, and we
He's super
appreciate
nice.
him being the sponsor.
And
That's
one
how
of our
good he is.
sponsors.
He answers to anything.
by the
Yeah.
way, Jill, the whole goddamn show.
Think about what a nice guy that is.
I know. Like, if you were calling me Tim, hey, Tim, how's it going, Tim? I'd be like, hey, it's Tom, right? Early. I would do that like 1 minute into the show.
Yeah.
Like, hey, actually, it's Tom.
That's
right?
how nice of a guy
he is. He's just like, no problem.
Yeah,
Like,
call me whatever the fuck you want.
yeah, I'll be Harold. Cool. Right?
That's a power flex. Like if you're intentionally calling someone by the wrong
I was
Oh.
not. I was
Gotta
not.
keep
I
him in
agree with
check.
you.
Oh.
I agree with you, by the way. It is
You know
a power
what?
flex. People
Wow.
pull that shit on me sometimes.
they really?
In politics. Yeah.
Come on.
Early on, not anymore.
Yeah.
Right. But they would do it, and the newspapers would do it a lot. They did that shit on purpose. They'd put your name in there, and you'd be like smiling like weird. You're like, like barely smiling, and then they'd say like McDermott with an I and a T at the end, and they would just intentionally
Wow.
misspell. They did that shit to me one time in a statewide, and I know it was
On purpose.
They want you to call up and be like, my name is spelled.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I just
yeah,
ignore
yeah,
it.
interesting.
Like my flex, Jill, is fuck you. I didn't even read it. That's my flex. That's
You
my
guys
flex.
No
can't
comment.
read.
That's my flex.
I hear
They're
ya.
like, hey, did you see that article I wrote about you? I'm like, oh, I don't read your shit.
Or
Fuck
like you
right?
used to say, like, I remember you saying like they would put a shitty picture of you in
They always did.
when if there was like a bad article or
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
You could tell by the picture what the article was going to say. Because I had this sinister looking picture that they use where I'm like,
the evil mayor
that
Tom.
one. And if it's that picture,
That's a
fuck.
good one.
I skipped that article, right? Yeah.
You're selling the papers.
Well, not anymore. Now they got Eddie. I'm the old version. They got the new version they love. And Frank Mervan is on the front page today. Did you see that?
Yeah,
No.
big.
I would be salty, man. The mayor of Michigan City literally has $100 million investment coming to Michigan City. She's a brand new female African-American mayor. She has this huge economic development project, and they have a big ribbon cutting yesterday. And who's on the fucking front page of the paper for it? Congressman Mervan. I would be fucking pissed if I was mayor of Michigan City. I'd be like, what the fuck does the congressman have to do with this in the overall scheme of things?
It's a big investment.
Not much. Yeah,
No.
but what the? I mean, we know economic development. We're city.
Well, and
Like the congressman, all due respect. I'm not being a dick because I ran for Congress and lost. I'm not. Okay. I'd be fucking pissed if that was Hammond. I had a $100 million project and Frank was on the front page of the paper.
I guess
I'd be fucking
I
salty
guess what I
about
would
it.
say is that the if there was a congressman that had anything to do with it, it was Viskovsky, right? Who did
With
the
the
double
double track?
track and
Right.
did the right in
Agreed.
South Shore,
Agreed.
and it was his. All due respect, Congressman Visclosky worked his ass off to
He
get
did.
that through.
Him and I weren't friends either.
I agree.
Right.
I agree.
And he did. And by the way, I was thinking of him the other day. It's funny you say that. When I was doing my weekly drive along the South Shore expansion, I was like, man, I'm going to have to reach out to Pete when this is all done. I'm going to have to say thanks.
It's a legacy project for sure.
For sure. And he's really like, it's a big impact on the city of Hammond. But you know what I'm saying, though, Kevin?
Oh, absolutely. If you're a mayor.
Like, I have a $100 million project we did in Hammond. It was Hudamaki, right?
Mm-hmm.
We worked our ass off on it. We didn't invite Congressman to the ribbon cutting because he had nothing to do with it, right? But if he would have showed up, but out of respect, I'd have been like, sure, Frank, you can be on the stage, no problem, right? And then he's on the front page. I'd be like, these fuckers.
The Times did it to me again.
Fuck these guys, man.
Is
Seriously.
it
I'd be
an election year for him?
It is.
It is an election
So is
year.
that them?
Yes,
silently-
Yeah,
that's exactly
probably.
what it is, Joe. That's exactly what it is. And by the way, Mayor Angie's brand new mayor in Hobart. In Michigan City.
Great mayor. By
She
the way,
could
already.
she could use a little PR. She's a brand new mayor. She fucking secured a $100 million win, and whose fucking pictures on the front page? The congressman. It's bullshit, man. I'd be
anyone
pissed if
run?
I was Angie.
Does anyone run against him?
Not on the
Yeah,
east side.
I mean, he's got a serious race.
Is that one woman?
No.
No.
He has no
No,
primary.
no
He has no
primary.
primary.
Oh,
He's-
gotcha.
His is in November, and it's a serious race. He knows it. Everybody knows it. He's running against a Republican chairman from Lake County, and the thing is, normally that guy doesn't have much of a chance, but this chairman,
It's a weird year.
He's a commissioner in Niemeyer. He's a really good candidate, and he's like a total like right wing hardcore, like what's Alex Jones type of cat, right?
Awesome.
Yeah, I don't know if he's
honestly, he's like
I don't know
Alex
if he's a
Jones.
conspiracy guy.
Okay, but he reminds me of Alex Jones.
yeah, he's
a lot.
he's a
That's
big
awesome.
tough guy. I mean,
Yeah.
I would give him that.
Yeah.
And he is dyed red all the way, man.
He's like hardcore R.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, he's a nice guy to me. I don't have I have no problem with him because it's like, who the fuck am I? I'm just a Mayor Hammond. Like, he doesn't give a fuck about me, and I don't give a fuck about him. But like, I respect him because he's a damn good candidate, and Frank knows it.
Yeah, I think it's going to be. I mean, personally, I still think this is a Democratic county, and I
agree
think
with you.
that, and I think
No, I mean Democratic district too.
yeah, Democratic district, and Frank should win.
Okay.
And that's where I'm going. But I mean, I think you're right. He's a serious candidate. It's nothing that I think Frank's going to take lightly.
No,
and-
he's not. Frank's
and-
working.
Yep.
But so like in line with the Kuklakis thing, okay? So first off, it's Harris Kuklakis. I'm going to mention his name every goddamn time I do.
So when we
that.
do Kuklakis, when you do read the
Harris
Kuklakis
Kuklakis
law
law,
today, you're
right,
gonna
yeah.
okay.
That would have helped, by the way, if we would have said Harris Kuklakis.
It was on the
law.
calendar.
Right. So I get to work, and I'm like fresh off of like, saying Harris, saying Harold the whole time, and I get to work, and then Phil comes up to me in front of all the girls in the office. My chief of staff, for those of you who aren't, Phil, he sits in the show often. And one of the things I do at work, Jill, and I may not do it with you as much, but like I have nicknames for everybody. I just call you Jill. I don't really call you by initials, but I do call people by initials a lot. Vez, I call Vez, right? Kevin, it's KCS, right?
Yeah.
Phil's PRT, TMM, I sign off. So I do that a lot because a lot of times I'm just forwarding stuff and I just put initials on it and forward it, right? I've been doing this. Phil's been my chief of staff for 10 years ish, and he's been working for me for 15 years. Okay.
Yeah, and if you've ever worked in an office, right, it's commonplace. Like, especially maybe
Yeah.
it's just law firms, but whatever. I think most offices
Put
like
initials?
you put initials.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Because it's easier.
Yeah, it's easier.
I could write Kevin,
Right.
Phil,
Right.
John.
Forward this to Phil Talon,
Exactly.
right? No, I just put PRT,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Been doing this shit for a long time. So Phil comes up to me the other day after the show where I'm fucking up. Kuklak is his name, right? And he goes, "Hey, man." I go, "Yeah." He goes, "In front of the girls. My middle name's Joe." And I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Like, why are you telling me your goddamn middle name, right? He's like, "But why do you put PRT on everything?" And I'm like,
Oh my
"I
god.
thought that was your middle name, PRT." And he's like, "No, it's Joe." Like, where'd you get this? I'm like, fuck, I have no idea where I got it. I've just been doing it for 15
Phil?
years.
It's a power play, Phil.
Yeah, fuck you.
You know,
your
it's
middle
a
initials
fucking power
are.
play. All
Fuck
right,
you,
I'm
Phil.
going to tell you what your middle
Yeah,
initial is.
as long as you work for me, you're freaking PRT, asshole. So I am sticking with it.
So
And that
you
is a
do
power
do
move.
you do power moves.
No, I
Look at you.
unintentional power
You've told
moves.
Phil basically like your middle initial is
Fuck you.
R.
It's R now.
All right?
PRT.
For 15 years.
For 15 freaking years.
Forward,
Like, what's
PRT.
how about a little, hey, Tom, like 15 years ago. Hey,
And I
you know,
thought Phil had more like, gusto or balls to say like, hey,
What?
Mayor,
I
for
know.
15 years.
This guy's my
he's
chief
like,
of staff.
I don't know when I should approach Mayor about this PJT
What-
thing.
after
I'm
20
gonna wait
years, I'm
for-
going to.
I'm almost at 15. He probably had it in his calendar.
Yeah.
On March 8th, 2024, I'm going to bring
What
it up
R
to
name
him.
did you think it was?
Oh,
I don't know.
Richard
Rich,
for Dick?
Richard. Well, he did something. Maybe Rich. It's probably Rich. PRT. I don't know,
Phil
man.
T. Rich.
Robert?
He,
Phil
he,
T. Rich.
He has that
he does.
nickname, yeah.
That's right.
Okay, maybe it was.
Mhm.
But you know, interestingly enough,
I
with
bet
Phil,
that's where you got it.
when I first met Phil like 20 years ago, Phil was hanging out with a priest a lot.
Mm-hmm.
He and the priest hung
Yes.
out. Like this is
How
the type
every
of guy.
good
There's
joke
lots
starts.
of stuff.
It was Phil, a priest, and
Yeah, right. Well, anyway, I mixed up Phil and the priest in my head. So like for like 3 or 4 years after meeting them initially, every time I saw Phil, I thought Phil was the priest for a long time. So like I would just see Phil in public. I would say, "Hey, Father, how's it going?" And he was just like, "What the
probably
Shut up. you
another
did not.
power
I swear,
play.
dude.
dude?"
You did
He's like,
not.
I did, dude. This is no lie. Okay, so Phil is probably like,
Phil.
and he didn't correct me on that
Yeah,
either.
see, he's
he
like-
blessed me. He like gave the cross and walked on.
Sign of the
Well, you're
cross.
not
started
going
wearing
to
the
come
white
at a
collar.
priest.
I agree, dude. So like, but when it came time to hire him, I'm like, I cuss a lot. I don't know if I should hire a priest. And they're like, "This guy's no fucking priest. Are you crazy?" So yeah.
John, speaking of Roman collar, I was thinking today's the Ides of March.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Et tu, Bruta.
Mm.
Wow.
Beware.
Et tu.
Today is an annual men's tradition.
So be
Joe.
careful.
I would take you, but you're wrong sex. It's a men's tradition. It's a man thing we
On
do.
the Ides of March?
No.
Oh.
Well, today's goddamn Friendly Sons of Aaron's annual,
Oh, yes.
annual
Always
fundraiser.
a reason.
That's right. It's a man
The
thing, Jill.
reason.
It's an Irish man, you know.
Your guys' day is coming.
God,
Phil.
you-
I have a feeling.
Gayeski, even with the ski, you would be fucking blocked at the door if I tried to take you in. They'd be like, first off, she's a woman. Second, what's her name? I say Gayeski, and they're like, get the ski out of here. Get the ski out of here, you know?
Wow.
So, like, it wouldn't work. It's an Irish
you
thing.
can wait for
Sounds like a
Casimir Pulaski
nice,
Day.
Nice place to be.
It is. It's,
Yeah,
it's very,
pleasant.
very, if you're Irish man,
inclusive
it's
and-
very inclusive if you're an Irish man.
Are you guys running a fucking bootleg or something? Or what?
Yeah, it's tonight. Friendly Sons of Aaron. I'm going to be up till 11
Some
o'clock.
dancers there, though.
You know how old I am, Kev? I'm
Yes.
stressed about being up till 11 o'clock.
it sounds like this thing.
I'm like planning my day around it.
You have to take a nap.
Oh my God, Jill. I have to clean up at 11 o'clock. I'm not going to be in bed till midnight.
Oh, wow.
Dude, I'm like planning my week around it. I'm like, I went to
that's
the
a bad
bathroom
week for
earlier
you.
than normal today. I'm like adjusting everything. Like it's going to fuck my whole
You're
body
needing to
up.
go
get
home
it.
and take it. I think Jill's right. You're going to go home, afternoon nap.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plan it.
So anyway.
Hey, that's a nice shirt, by the way.
I love that shirt.
Everybody was kung fu fighting.
For those that can't see it, surely not everyone was kung fu fighting.
Surely not.
Get a
everyone.
shirt like that.
TikTok store.
That's good.
I got it same
Oh.
place.
Oh,
as my-
get it while you can.
Was it on clearance?
We're going to
It
talk
was.
all about that.
It's not. It was not cheap. It's worth it though. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's a statement. I wear it once, and it's on the show.
Surely not everyone was kung fu fighting. That's great.
Yeah, I have another one.
You got to
too.
be
It's
like
better.
our age
Yeah, I know.
to know that song.
You know that song, right, Joe?
Absolutely.
Okay,
I
well,
mean,
maybe
you're
it came
young.
back.
I don't know. I'm not trying to be
I am not
disrespectful.
young, though.
You're very young. You're very
I
young.
am
So you
not.
know Kung Fu Fighting. You know this came out in 1974.
It was like disco,
I
right?
did
Was
not
it
know
74 or
74.
later?
1974.
Really? Did you check that?
Yes, I did.
Interesting.
Why would
I
I
would've
just
guessed-
crank out 1974
You're good at
specifically?
song
I
dates.
guessed it. By
I
the
was
way.
giving you credit.
Marissa was arguing with me.
I was going to say like 78.
She's like, it was in the 80s. I'm like, Marissa, like, you're out of your element here, okay? I was alive during this. You were not alive, and I was, right? And she's like, tick, 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 tick. She's like, okay, 1974.
See, I would have said later in the 70s. I
Right.
would have thought later disco. So,
Everybody was Kung Fu Fighting.
awesome.
Fast
But
as
not
lightning.
everyone was.
That's right. What's that, Joe?
I said fast as lightning.
Ah, those
See?
chicks were
We've got
fast.
a good show ahead. We're going to talk a little bit about Kate Middleton, part 2, since I wasn't here for part 1.
I was on TikTok for 18 hours since the last show, and I'm fully
Are
ready
you
to talk.
invested? I am
Dude.
too. It keeps popping up.
Dude, I'm in the freaking deep rabbit hole. Like, I can't get out of
I
it.
actually
like, every
started-
goddamn TikTok is like, woman dancing, Kate Middleton, women dancing.
Oh, you're in the algorithm.
I'm
Yeah.
in
I started
deep.
looking at this just ironically enough out in Colorado, and I started reading about it. So I'm interested to talk about Kate Middleton. We've got information about where it will be so weed heavy you won't believe it.
Yeah, left
somewhere
over from last
close
show.
to Northwest Indiana.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to talk about the TikTok ban, and
Oh, yeah.
maybe if we have time, we're going to talk about who will Trump pick as vice president.
Well, let's get to
we'll
work.
see. Let's get to
So
work.
we're gonna do
some
ads
ads
first?
and come back and do Kate Middleton.
Kate
part 2.
Middleton part due. Like, by the way,
I like that.
this
Part
is
two.
this is such a big story. We bounced Mayor Tiffany Henyard off the show.
Yes.
Wow.
Even though we have so much more Mayor Tiff. And by the way, at your fundraiser last night, credit goes where credit's due, Tom. You bring it when it's a fundraiser. There were so many people at the Civic
Yeah,
Center.
that was cool.
There was probably, 700 people there.
Yeah. Yeah, it
and
was
it's
packed.
such a great crowd, such a good time. But multiple people came up to me, number one, and said how much they love the show. Secondly, they said they are enjoying Mayor Tiff
Yeah.
so much.
I know.
Like really
It's
enjoying
one
Mayor
of our
Tiff.
features, right?
Yep. So
How about this? So yesterday I was going to the volunteers breakfast. Excuse me, disability breakfast. I was at it in the morning, And then this lady came up with her little kids, like came up out of nowhere. And I was like, hey, and I didn't know, I thought it was going to be work related.
Sure.
And then she's like, I'm a huge Lock Potter. I listen to every show. She wanted me to meet her kids and everything.
Oh, God, that's great.
I was like,
Listening
hi.
Today, we just dropped the F-bomb like 10
Oh,
times.
yeah.
already.
Are you kidding? Look how we started the show out.
What's
Thank
that?
you,
With the
Matt
holiday-
Laird. We had
the-
gone a stretch without swearing on
The
here.
steak
Yeah, not me. I've sort of dug in on that.
Did you forget how you started the show?
What?
Steak and Knobber Day.
Knobber.
And this lady's
Knobber
like a
is-
great fan with her kids.
Knobber
and-
is sophisticated.
You didn't
'cause
say
it's
that,
English.
though.
Oh, that's true.
Wait till April 14th. I just found another.
Really?
day.
we're not.
Look
We're
at the
not.
screen.
We're not doing that though.
No. April 14th. We're going to talk about
Yeah,
it.
look
no.
up April 14th on your own.
I'm going
That's
to
a
be.
little aggressive.
Thank God we're on break, John.
Yeah, that's true.
Are we?
Yes.
We are.
Maybe we
Thank
should
God.
talk about it. Then.
No.
Why?
Yeah.
Everybody can look it up.
Yeah, April 14th.
That's
So-
a Matt Reardon topic, not
Yeah,
me.
right. All right, let's go ahead and do our ads. We're going to come back. We're going to talk to some Kate Middleton, this is a freaking crazy ass story, and it cannot be ignored by Lockpod. It just cannot be ignored. This story is so fucking jacked up that we need to talk about it because we're on the record. First off, Lindsay was on the record the other day. She said, what did she say? She
He's going to get divorced or
yeah,
something.
and I
Oh.
agree, by the way, wholeheartedly.
I'm
This
not
is-
there.
Kate, so the queen, or the future queen, and the future king are getting divorced because
They
he's
are
having
not.
an affair.
Not true.
He's having an affair.
I think I agree.
We're
Come
gonna-
back.
We're gonna get sued by the royal family.
Do some ads.
But wouldn't that be cool if Lockpod got sued by the royal family?
No, it would not.
It would be awesome.
That
Kevin.
would
be awesome.
I know our
Kevin.
insurance
We'd be off.
agent
We'd be.
That would be
We'd never
awesome.
get reinsured.
we would just find another Ron Prestimer insurance agency would come through for us,
It'd
right?
be like Ron's like.
He would come through for us. Like getting sued by the royal family would put us on the map. Lockpod
We're
would
not-
be-
It wouldn't be
We
the
are not
first
trying
time
to
we were
do
on
that.
the BBC.
That's
yes,
true.
True story.
Good point.
But like
Chief
getting,
Keef.
there's
in the-
something about getting sued by the royal family that would just really be good
right?
for our show.
Yes.
All right. Power in Indiana, Lake County. IBEW Local 697 and NECA proudly bring you to Powering Indiana, Lake County. With over a century of experience, they've been safely wiring the region. From powering corporations along the lakefront to lighting up homes across Lake County, Powering Indiana, Lake County is your trusted source for electrical professionals. Join them as they continue to light the way for Northwest Indiana. Visit Powering Indiana, Lake County.
I think you need to read the next one.
Kuklakis Law. Hey, what's going on, Harris Kuklakis? Thank you for coming on the show last time. And by the way, his dad was at my fundraiser last night. Came
Nice.
up and introduced
Is
himself.
his
Very
dad's
nice.
name Harold?
I apologize profusely. As soon as I'm like, I said your son's name 20 times, and he was laughing. They were all laughing. They thought it was funny, but I did not. In the future, Harris, correct them immediately when they're doing that. So, Harris Kuklakis Law. Are you currently navigating complex legal challenges, unsure of where to turn for guidance? If so, your search ends here with Harris Kuklakis Law, your trusted partner for legal solutions in Indiana and Illinois. Whether you're seeking expert legal representation for real estate transactions, need assistance in forming your business, or have experienced a personal injury at work or in a car crash, Harris Kuklakis Law is here for you. No matter the nature of your legal issue, our team is ready to help. Call us today at 219-671-6347 to schedule your free consultation with Harris Kuklakis. Hablamos Español.
Just Harris, no one else.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Rogers Roofing. When you demand nothing but the best for your home and family, trust the industry leader, Rogers Roofing. For over 54 years, they've been transforming homes in Northwest Indiana and Chicagoland. Their commitment to quality shines through in their roofing, siding, gutters, and windows, all backed by the most comprehensive warranties in the business. Visit their website at rogersroofing.com or call 219-933-9145 to schedule your free consultation. That's rogersroofing.com, 219-933-9145. At Rogers Roofing, we expect nothing less than excellence every time.
Misprint Printing. Elevate your brand with Misprint, the premier printing and sign solution in Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana. There it is. That'll be a metal business card made by Misprint Printing.
I'm going to be
With
in there this morning.
You are?
Yeah. I'm
With a-
picking up Friendly Sons of Aaron material.
Look
They're-
at you.
They're doing the work for us. So.
Wow. For some reason, Rick's going to have to tell me how to make the
No,
Lake
I
County
think- I
sign
think
go
John
on.
did something,
Oh,
but-
John did something.
No, you got to like point it towards Tom's side.
Okay.
Yeah. Have Tom do it. He'll get it.
All right, go ahead and do
All
that.
right.
Yeah.
There
With
you
a
go.
30-year legacy of excellence, their experienced team led by Rick Baltonsberger combines innovation and technology to deliver top-quality signs and printing and metal business cards, always on time within budget. Visit them at misprintusa.com to bring your vision to life today. Misprint, your partner for creating impactful visual solutions.
Calumet Brewing. It's time to experience Michelob Ultra. With only 95 calories, 2.6 carbs, and a 4.2 ABV, the perfect way to start 2024. And keep those resolutions in check. Doesn't matter if you're kicking back after a workout, hitting a pickup game at the park, or heading out for a day on the slopes, like Kevin just did. Be sure to enjoy a superior light beer that's only worth it if you enjoy it. Michelob Ultra is brewed to be a complement to your healthy lifestyle. Head over to Cal Brew or Michelob Ultra websites and social media pages for details on this great family of beers. Enjoy the Ultra lifestyle with beers and cheers responsibly. Calumet Brewing. Thank you. Thank you to our ads.
Thank you to our sponsors, yes, including our studio sponsor, Nika, IBW, Power in Indiana, Lake County Studios.
Kevin.
Yes, sir.
So on the last show, I know you didn't listen. And Jill, you weren't here, but I know you're aware. Okay? So on the last
Very
show,
aware.
on the last show, we talked about how the Castle put out first off, Kate Middleton announced right around Christmas that she was going in for emergency abdominal surgery, and she was going to be out of the picture until Easter.
Correct.
Now, people like Lindsay was like, that's unusual recovery time for an abdominal surgery. It's serious, and also, if you have abdominal surgery, one thing you don't do is wear tight jeans. You know, just stuff like this that nurses notice that people like ourselves don't, right?
Okay.
So people are starting to wonder, where's Kate? She's not doing any Zooms, nothing. Like, you don't have to be out in public to do a Zoom and do stuff like that, just like the little touches like that the future queen would do, right?
Sure.
So the public is like, hey, where is this chick? Like, I haven't seen her. I haven't seen the kids. Nobody, right? So then the Castle during UK Mother's Day puts out a picture of Kate and her kids. Few things with this picture. She's not wearing her wedding ring. Second, it looks fake. Like, all the kids are smiling perfectly. She's smiling perfectly. Everything about it was just reeking fakiness. So now the media starts doing things that they could do to pictures, and they realize that the picture's been altered.
A little bit.
No, Kevin.
Like 24 times or something.
So, like,
What?
Like there's a lot of
Yes.
alterations.
Really?
to
The kids'
I thought they were like
hands.
focusing on like her, like just a small part of it, and then
Kevin,
Kate said
hold on,
she did
hold on.
some
No, we're like going-
amateur.
No. Now, Kate also, about a year before, did a photo shoot in Vogue.
Okay.
Her front page of Vogue, they cut her face out of the front page of Vogue. They, like, with Photoshop, and they pulled her face off, and they put it onto the picture that the Castle released.
Come on.
It's the same picture.
See,
It
now
looks
I'm
exactly the
not
same.
updated on this because
That's why
I
we're
thought it was just,
explaining
yeah,
this
I
to
know
you.
that's
I'm not
interesting.
lying.
I'm not saying you're lying.
Right.
This is because I thought that it was like, oh, Charlotte's sleeve
No.
and somebody's
Face.
hand.
Perfect.
And
It's
match.
more than that. It's that, Kevin, but it's more.
oh,
Face is a
wow.
perfect match. So they're like, what the fuck is going on? Like,
Interesting.
why is the Castle putting out a fake picture of the royal family when they live right there?
One of the other things I learned about this is this whole thing about like with news agencies killing photos, which I think is a good thing.
Right.
When they're, I did
Catch
not
and-
know
catch
this
and kill.
existed.
Right.
Yeah, like
Catch and kill.
when they find that
Well,
a
they do
photo's
that
been
in England a
altered,
lot.
boom.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
killed.
Right. So they killed it.
I love that.
So we covered this in the last show. Am I missing anything from this?
Yeah, my favorite part was their response after all this came out. Kate Middleton,
Yes.
a quote from Kate
Yeah.
Middleton saying, "I'm an amateur photo editor," and
Right.
it's
Here's
like
what
there's no way that's true.
Yeah, so here's what she said, quote, like many amateur photographers, I do occasionally experiment with editing. I wanted to express my apologies for any confusion the family photograph we shared yesterday caused. She wrote on Monday. I hope everyone
Okay.
celebrating had a very happy Mother's Day. C.
We've all edited our photos. How many people have cut their face off of one and put a new face on there?
Yeah,
This
Come
is
on.
such new
did not do
news.
that.
This is a great update.
So that last show we covered all this, okay? And Lindsay pointed out the thing about the jeans. So now allegedly she's taking a picture with her family. Why isn't the prince in there? First off, he's not in there.
They said he was taking it.
Why isn't
And
the
it's
wedding-
Mother's Day.
Why isn't her wedding ring on?
Maybe she's swelling
And
from her abdominal surgery.
she's wearing tight jeans. Like,
Maybe
get
she's in that much great shape and
First
recovery.
off, yeah, okay. So anyway, these are things I thought the jeans thing was interesting. So we
Yeah.
covered all that on the last show, and
But she's like 3 months in from
so
surgery.
by another thing before we get to the video, there's this lady named Rose that on the streets of London. See, I'm deep in the rabbit hole. On the streets of London, there's word on the streets. There's word on the streets of London that Rose Handlin is her name, is having an affair with Prince William. And in fact, I think it's pretty much acknowledged that they had an affair. But what is not acknowledged is it's still continuing.
All right, but let me ask you this.
We're
Can
like,
you
this is
pronounce-
where royal family's on alert now.
Can you pronounce her royal name, her titled name?
I went and
This Rose Hunley,
Hanlon?
Rose Hanbury,
Hanbury.
Harris?
Marchioness, Marchioness, Marchioness of
Oh.
Cholmondeley, but married to the 7th Marquis of Cholmondeley.
She's a Marquess.
She's but it's Marchioness of Cholmondeley. That's how you say that word, John. Cholmondeley.
Chumley? I think that's
But
what I
it's-
feed my dogs.
Marchioness. That's her title.
Really?
The
Oh, my
Marchioness
bad.
of Chumley. I read this.
Is
This
that where my kids?
This is interesting. So the rumors are about the two of them are swirling again, right? When there was a celeb gossip account, De Moi, which said this British royal's extramarital affair is an open secret in London and amongst the English aristocrat,
right?
And is the talk of every party and news desk. At a recent media party, I was told the real reason for the affair was the royal's love of pegging, which the wife is far too old-fashioned to engage in.
What?
Okay.
That was a quote.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
I don't even
Pegging?
know.
Yeah. Is that the backside?
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm told.
He didn't have to Google that.
John's
So I'm told.
John's like, he likes pegging too?
I just did my research on the show.
You could be a mistress.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is okay. So now this is all swirling.
I'll
So
try
this is my
anything at
theory.
least twice.
This is my theory. Okay, right around Christmas time, Kate Middleton found out that William, the affair was continuing. Some people are suggesting that Rose Hanlon might be pregnant, and that Kate had a nervous breakdown and was taken to the hospital. And then after that, she said,
speculation.
"Fuck you, I'm out." And she took the kids and she moved to some castle.
Come on.
And she's not cooperating with
Kids
the
are
royal
back
family.
in school.
All right, let's play this video.
Okay.
On TikTok, by the way.
Where is Kate Middleton? Part 16.
Part 16.
This will be the most shocking video of the entire series, and I pray this is not true. I got a message yesterday about Rose Hanbury that seemed so preposterous, that seemed so out there, I ignored it. Word around London and what a lot of people believe is going on, and I'm just gonna say it, it's so crazy, but apparently the affair with Rose Hanbury, it never stopped, and Rose Hanbury right now is pregnant with William's baby, and she's keeping it. And the ambulances that were seen leaving Sandringham right after Christmas were taking Kate, who's having a complete mental breakdown. Kate is allegedly completely done. She's no longer cooperating with Kensington Palace, which is why we can only get these fake photos of her. Doesn't it make sense? You guys, doesn't it make sense? She's not getting on Zoom. She's not giving us that 5 seconds because she stopped cooperating. She is done. I pray this is not true, but I cannot leave a stone unturned in our search for Kate.
The music's
What
incredible.
drama.
there.
What drama build-up.
By the way, like,
Who is that woman?
they
Did I watch
look-
all 16 of those?
I
Yeah, I did.
Would you? I watched
Yeah,
him.
you did.
I watched him just
I
for show research, of course.
Look at
Down
this,
the
they
tongue-
look like the same. Like,
Yeah. No,
They are
I
very
think Kate
similar.
Middleton's way prettier.
Me too.
agree.
Me
right?
too.
Agree.
Way prettier.
And more elegant.
But it's the pegging thing. It's got to be, right?
Oh, God.
She's in the streets, right?
Hey, man.
yeah.
She's just
like,
a Marchioness.
she's like,
one's
I-
a princess, one's a Marchioness.
She's like, I will be a queen that pegs.
I don't,
or
no,
gets
I
pegged.
don't think
Is that
she
the
would.
show
No,
title?
I don't think Kate will.
No, I agree.
She's
Kate
not.
won't. Kate's too classy for that.
I
guy.
agree.
Right. But that
I'm a-
other girl, Rose, man. She's
I'm a
ready to
Kate
go.
fan.
She's ready to go. I like Kate too.
Yeah.
Kate's a sweetie.
Yeah, this other one does seem like a bit of like a freak in the sheets.
Agree.
You know what I mean?
Agree, John. When that rumor came out, I was like, yeah, all
Probably
right.
true.
Rose is a freak in the sheets.
The Marchioness
There you
of
go.
Chumley.
That's our episode title. Rose, a freak in the sheets.
Oh, boy.
All right.
All right,
Definitely
so-
getting sued by
Way
the
to
royal
go,
family.
Vez. Yeah, there we go.
We are going to keep you.
Allegedly.
Yeah, that's right. This is all just.
I
repeating.
just read a quote.
That's right. So we're going to keep you up to date, along with Mayor Tiffany Henry. We're going to keep you up to date on what's going on in the royal family too.
Can
Wow.
you imagine if that was Meghan Markle in that situation?
Right.
Mm.
By the way,
Holy
they're
shit.
those two are just sitting back, just like.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I did see an article as I was going down the rabbit hole in this topic about Prince Harry, and part of they said that they kind of alluded to this in their interview when they said, yeah, some people in the royal family get things covered up, and everything we do is out in the open.
That's interesting.
So then they were like, oh, he was alluding to this, but
He probably was.
who knows?
But he doesn't want to bust out
knows?
his brother. I mean, if it's
No.
he's not, you're still brothers. You're not going
Yeah.
to be like, my brother's screwing Rose Hanlon, right?
He's like, yeah.
Hey, with all this talk about the UK this morning, the steak and knob day,
It's
Kate
very,
Middleton
it's a
stuff.
very British
Knobber.
show, isn't it?
No, I do have to seriously highly recommend this new show on Netflix called The Gentleman. It's
Heard about this.
Yeah, created by Guy Ritchie, who there are a few things I enjoy more than a Guy Ritchie film. He makes incredible movies. Go back and watch like Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, Snatch, incredible movies. Check this show out.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's it about?
A duke inherits an estate, and finds that he has now inherited some family business that he did not know about.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Which you
Who's in it?
will enjoy.
Oh, you
Tom.
will enjoy
which
that part
Tom,
of the
you
business.
specifically will enjoy this part
Yeah.
of it.
Well,
All right. Well,
The
Can
business.
we say what it is?
Yeah,
John?
you can.
Yeah, it's a weed empire.
Weed
oh, no way.
empire.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely in.
So this is a great lead into our next story
Mhm.
That's right.
about weed empire. You want to lead it in?
Sure.
Yeah.
Total of 35 applications have been filed to open marijuana dispensaries in New Buffalo Township.
Think about that.
That's like the first. Now, this is a perfect example of a failure of Indiana government, okay? Because Indiana government's got their head in the sand, thinking it's 1970 still and it's reefer madness. They're not going to legalize marijuana in Indiana.
great.
So as a result of this stupid policy that our state has, we are just passing up millions, almost billions of dollars, $600 million that Michigan received last year from marijuana sales.
By the way, I want to mention this because I think on a prior show we kind of like were, I don't want to say betting, but we were kind of like taking guesses at where would Indiana fall in the like number of states when it would become legal.
Right.
Right now, there are only 12 left. I
Right.
think we were both in the 40s.
Yeah.
Like we were like,
Right.
45, 47,
Right.
43.
Right.
We're almost there. We're at 38 right now.
I know. It's so
38
stupid.
states have legalized marijuana.
So they're pointing out that Michigan's, first off, New Buffalo, the only reason this is a story is because New Buffalo is seriously just a small town. It's a little, the only thing New Buffalo has going, first off, New Buffalo's got a lot going for it. It's a beautiful town right on Lake Michigan. So it's an area where people go to have vacations.
Yeah,
in
so
the
it's
summertime.
right over the state line. It's
Chicago
on the
residents,
lake. Yeah, huge
Hoosiers.
Illinois presence there.
Right, we go there, and that's a beautiful place to hang out and like enjoy the lake.
And just remember, the story, though, is about the township, not about the city.
True story.
Yeah, so that's even more interesting.
Right. So the city itself doesn't have any dispensaries, but the township, which is right on the state line, 35, which is like
35 applications. And by the way, there's 2,500 people that live in the township.
right. So
One dispensary for every 68 people.
right, and then this is
Man, you could...
Detroit has millions of people that live there.
Yeah.
There's going to be more dispensaries in New Buffalo Township than Detroit.
Yeah, I heard Detroit is like 33 or something.
Right.
And like more than Ann Arbor.
More than Ann Arbor,
Uh-huh.
more than Detroit.
College
Right
town.
here. Why? Because Hoosiers are driving there, buying marijuana, and then driving back home. In Indiana, by the way. They're driving on the highways. These are people. These are felons. These are people that that our governor thinks needs to be arrested and thrown in prison. Okay? Like people like myself, right? When I buy marijuana and I drive it back to my house, I'm breaking Indiana law. And if you get arrested doing that, they could put you in a criminal prison and
don't
you
do
could
that,
stay
though.
there.
You
Of
don't
course
do that.
not. I would
No.
never do such a thing, you know? Why would I do that?
Because it's premeditated now that you
So-
said it.
Yeah, right?
Couple other things I...
But can I make
Yeah,
a point
yeah,
here?
yeah.
Are these people really, Kevin? Like I know you don't do this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Jill, you don't. John, you don't. Do you really think that these people that are buying marijuana in Michigan deserve to go to prison in Indiana?
No, and I don't believe they should have a record either.
What do you think, Jill?
No, it's not.
John?
No,
It's a waste of people's time.
But the state of Indiana does. We arrest them. You could buy a goddamn joint at this that's on the front page of my newspaper. If I drive in Indiana, they will throw me in jail.
How about a gummy?
a gummy?
Yeah.
In jail. What,
So-
gummy to go to sleep? In jail. It's
So-
so stupid.
What I was going to say, Tom, is that just to put it on the flip side of that, in Massachusetts this week, the governor either did sign or is about to sign into law. I listened to an article on NPR about this. She is about to expunge and remove hundreds of thousands of marijuana convictions. Anyone that was ever convicted in the state of misdemeanor possession, it's gone
Agree.
in Massachusetts. The other cool thing about this article that I read about New Buffalo is that there's a town on the eastern end of Michigan called Monroe, Michigan, which is right above Toledo.
Yep, I was going to go there.
And they have had a similar boom because Ohio also, like Indiana, is one of the 12
you.
states that are, and it's just a joke. It's
So
crazy
Michigan is killing Indiana and freaking laughing at us. And by the way, Illinois thought that they were doing a good job, but what Illinois did is they got greedy and they just taxed the hell out of it. So if you're doing if you go to Michigan and you're buying $100 worth of marijuana, if you bought that same amount of marijuana in Illinois, it'd be like $250.
But you know, I was thinking about that, Tom. In Illinois, they're kind of like, you know what? We've got 10 million people here,
Right.
So we've got
Not
Chicago,
everybody's gonna drive to
and
Michigan.
not exactly. So I
Right.
think they were just like, we're good.
Yeah, so the people in the region, the people that are close to Michigan will probably just go to Michigan.
And they're
but if
willing-
you're in Springfield, you're just happy you can buy
Yeah,
marijuana.
or you're in the north side of Chicago.
You're just
You're
happy you
like,
can buy
I'm
marijuana.
good.
Right.
Right. So I think they were just like, it's a numbers game.
We're passing up. So, I mean, in Indiana, we're laying off teachers right now. We're shutting down schools right now. And in Michigan, they're taking our money and they're sending it right to the schools. $600 million in the state of Illinois, in the state of Michigan last year.
and 341 million in sales tax revenue in Michigan. 341 million in sales
Well, I
tax
added
revenue.
the two together.
Yeah.
There's an excise tax on marijuana and the sales. I added those two together to get the 600 million.
And that's what the total was. Wow.
Yeah. It was right
Holy
around there. I'm
mackerel.
rounding.
Yeah. So in Illinois, still, like you said, they tax the hell out of it. They're at 467 just in sales tax.
And I'll be honest, when Illinois first legalized, a guy like myself, I was like, dude, I'm going to be in Cal City a lot, right? And then you realize it's not worth it. It's in Illinois, they still have a problem with the black market because you could get black market weed at like 30% of the price that what they're selling it for in dispensary.
But you also open yourself up to anything.
Fentanyl poisoning,
illicit
getting
drug.
killed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? Yeah, of course. But
Yeah.
like, there's a lot of people that are choosing that route.
Sure, because it's so expensive to buy
Yeah,
at the
man.
dispensary.
They're making it so prohibitively expensive. They're not competitive. Michigan, they're doing it the right way, and they're reaping the benefits.
So
of it.
again, giving us some credit back a couple seasons ago, we brought in a one of the top marijuana growers and Glacier marijuana
Glacier Cannabis.
in Michigan,
Yeah.
and he kind of foretold this in a way. He said, "Listen, what's happening is the big growing companies and the big growers are going to push out the little guys." And that's what's happening. I mean, what's going to happen if you have 35 weed stores in New Buffalo Township? I mean, first of all, obviously, it's going to be a buyer's paradise because the price it's going to be so competitive price-wise. But secondly, you are going to shovel. Those stores aren't all going to survive. It's impossible.
Right. Look at this one right here, Kevin. That URB.
Yeah.
It's the size of a Walmart.
No kidding.
Dude, I
Is
went
it
there.
really?
I went there, and there was a line. It was like opening weekend. There was a line like outside the building, like in the old days when marijuana was first legalized. Every dispensary you'd go to had huge lines. That's what it looked like when this place opened. It's like the size of a grocery store, being not like the size of a Walmart, like the size of a grocery store, packed with marijuana, edibles, gummies, everything. Like,
Credit to Joseph Pete from the NWI Times, who wrote a really in-depth article on this. And one of the things I saw also was that one of these big companies is doing a 14,000. It's called, I think maybe this must be at Herb.
URB?
Yeah. Is it? Oh, URB.
Herb.
Is that what I'm supposed to say?
Oh,
Herb.
I never even put that
Herb, like
together.
HERB,
That's
but
stupid.
I thought it was.
That's
Okay.
good.
So
Yeah.
anyway, they opened up like almost like before they were even done inside. Like it was just like a warehouse. They put everything in it.
That's when I was there.
Crazy.
It was still like under construction, and there was a
Wow.
line like down the street.
Yeah.
There was no parking spaces at all. Like, no, we don't want that in Indiana.
So the
You know what? We don't need that money.
The other thing they mentioned in the article about the township is that they got rid of all zoning requirements and setback requirements.
right.
So they're just like, put it where every parcel. There's no like,
Kevin,
you can't be within
like
1,000
old
feet of
buildings,
a school.
Old industrial buildings that have been useless for decades,
Yeah.
they turn them into huge
Yeah.
dispensaries. And they're paying taxes. They're hiring people. It's like, no, we don't want that in Indiana. We're good. You could gamble your freaking life savings away in Indiana and drink yourself to oblivion.
Yeah, ruin
but,
your
like,
liver.
That's fine. But like, nope, you don't want that devil's lettuce, baby.
Tom, did they estimate the loss to the state of Indiana?
I mean, they got $600 million in Michigan. I know the cannabis industry in Illinois, you said, was what, $400 million?
500 million. It's
500
just
million?
in sales tax.
I mean, that's a large percentage of that is coming from Indiana and,
so
Ohio.
call it 200 million on a conservative day.
Dude.
On
I
a
think it's
conservative
right.
day.
I agree with you. Illinois, I think we'd be just almost as big as Michigan if we did it the right way. Like, Illinois fucked up. Illinois could make themselves way bigger if they wanted to.
Yeah, if they lower taxes or whatever. Because I mean, you're right about that. Because think about it, on the Illinois-Indiana state line, like around us, there's really only one store.
Yeah,
In Cal City, in Calumet City, in Mission, yeah.
Yeah, and they're great. I
Yeah.
love Mission. Mission sponsored our
But
season
I guess-
2 or season 3.
That's right. I guess what I'm saying is there's not that proliferation of that, right? There's the one store
That's
there,
what you
so.
go into New Buffalo. There's going to be 37 dispensaries. You go on the south side of Chicago. There's like 2.
How
It's
do
a
you
monopoly.
even choose at 37? Like, what are you going to
You
do?
know, what
Like,
happens
as
if
a
you have
consumer, what do you do?
If you have, I just go to my same place because they're good.
Okay.
But like, if you have 37 stores selling the same product, they have to like undercut each other and compete.
Right.
So the customer in Michigan is like in the driver's
But
seat.
how do you even choose 37? Like, what
I've been
store
going
would
to
you
the
go
same
to?
guys.
Like,
I've been going to the same guys. They were covered in the story.
Okay.
I don't want to tell people.
Yeah,
where
I
go,
understand.
but I intentionally pass up the busy one so I can go to like a more.
But when I was saying
family-friendly
how
one.
do you, I just meant like, how does the consumer decide at
I'll be
37
honest,
stores? Where
what
do you
they
go?
do, they have amazing like rewards programs there. Amazing.
Really?
Amazing.
Rewards?
Yeah, man.
Cannabis
Amazing.
rewards
Dude,
program?
you'll buy it and they'll give you like freaking tons of stuff. as
Tom
you're
walks
walking
in,
out the
he's
door.
like, "You're our top point getter this month,
Yeah, man.
Mr. McDermott.
Yeah, man.
Congratulations."
Yeah.
So, like, as a mayor, at what point are you like, yeah, no, this is too many in this one city? Like,
Right.
or do you
I
just
agree with you. No, I mean, Well, first off, there's no mayor because it's township,
Township.
Right.
So, I mean, they have that going for them. It's rural. So there's no zoning like there is in a city, right? So that's definitely an advantage, right? And they're making the decision in New Buffalo not to do that, Jill, for the same thing you bring up, is they're more accountable in a city than they are in the rural area. You know?
So, Jill, think about it this way. They said that in the township, and this is a township of about 2,500 people that actually just live in the township, not in an incorporated area. $60,000 per place to be in their township. It's $2.1 million into their coffers annually.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Yeah.
That's huge money for a place like
Yeah,
that.
man, for sure.
Do you think they're going to approve all 35?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I wonder.
I think
I don't
they
know,
are.
John.
Yeah.
That's too
Why
many.
wouldn't they?
It's just so many.
I don't know. If I'm
We have customers just pouring in
But
from
you know,
Indiana.
if I'm
Dude,
number
I'll go in the
28
parking lot. It's all Indiana. It's all Indiana.
I think some of them are going to withdraw because I mean, if I'm store number 32, I'm like,
It depends
It's
on
a
where it's
saturated
located. If you're like
market,
on mile
man.
marker 1,
Right,
if you're on
right.
mile marker 1, like the
Because-
place I go is like 5 miles in, okay? And they might be in trouble if all of them open because they're 5 miles in. If you're on mile marker 1, why wouldn't you want to open there?
yeah, but how many can you put on mile marker 1? You can't put like 30 of
No,
them.
look at Luke's in Hammond on
I
the state
agree.
line. They have freaking like 20 gas stations right there.
True.
Right? Well,
Yeah.
everybody's buying gas, right?
No, you're right.
It's like so busy that it's overloaded, so everybody goes to the one that's less busy.
I think it'll be very curious to figure out whether there's a saturation point.
But what I'm interested, I think that when you read the Times, if you're the governor, if you're a state legislator, and you're just like, we're freaking just passing up hundreds of millions of dollars of money because we're acting like it's 1970s.
So which of the Republican candidates in the spring primary will
None of
come
them.
out and say,
None of the governor candidates.
we think Indiana should be a
Why wouldn't
marijuana?
Why wouldn't
None
they?
of them.
Why wouldn't they,
Zero.
though?
Yeah,
like
at
they
this
would
point-
cement the thing if they did that.
Yes.
If Ron said, I'm
Oh,
going to
God.
legalize marijuana,
He
I'm
won't.
just saying. If he did, he would win hands down.
None of them will say it.
I don't understand.
Think about
it, man.
that. None of the Republican
I'm gonna-
candidates
you know
for
what?
governor.
Next time I get together with Brown, I'm going to get him high. And then, like,
Do you
I
get
thought one of the-
together with him often?
what's that?
Do you get together with
Yeah,
him
man.
often?
Yeah,
I'm going
he's
to take him for a ride
He's
in
a
the Mustang.
big fan of the region.
I'm going to take him for a ride in the Mustang.
I think one of the funniest lines in that article by Joseph Pete in the NWI Times was Indiana may get a contact high from 35
Yep.
stores.
Yeah, if you're Indiana, I mean, you don't really have a leg to stand on anymore, right? Because they were, right, for the longest time, you couldn't get alcohol on Sundays.
Right.
They changed that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
John.
love casinos now.
Mhm.
It's like,
Fireworks.
Yeah.
You can blow your fucking hand off, no problem.
Well, and
Yeah.
I thought that was really interesting point that was made too in the article is that this idea of cross-border commerce. I mean, Indiana's cornered the market in the yeehaw,
Yeah.
hillbilly,
Right.
fireworks
We
and
got the
cigarettes.
hillbilly-
Man, fireworks and cigarettes. Come
And
on
booze,
over.
and booze.
And booze.
Yeah, get your Bud Light and your freaking mortars.
And and same thing with this, right? You see, like you said, John, in Illinois. I mean, I remember back in the day, right? Like there was no alcohol sales on Sunday. The liquor stores in Illinois on
That's
the state
right.
line, you'd go there and they'd be
And they
packed
fixed
on
that.
Sunday.
And they fixed it
Yes.
because it was a bad business policy. So Indiana likes to think that we're a good business state, and we fixed it, right? But we're not fixing this, and we're
the
suffering
commerce
severe,
you're losing.
severe consequences. And we're over here laying teachers off, paying our teachers like shit. And we have an easy source of revenue, and we won't even think
Put it
about
all towards the schools.
Put 100% of
Every-
it towards
every
the schools.
dollar of
God
it.
damn, you know how freaking great our schools in Hammond would be? Because, like, if we succeed right now selling gas and fireworks and booze because of our low tax environment, if you gave us the ability in Hammond to sell weed, Hammond would be the capital of Indiana. We would sell so much goddamn weed because people from Illinois would say, I'm not buying from here. I can go to Hammond and buy it super cheap,
Yep.
and all these buildings would be turned into cannabis stores.
Maybe we can get 35 licenses.
Dude,
Yeah.
I would do that.
Brian?
As mayor, I would be so aggressive on this, but nope, we can't do it. And you want to talk about changing our downtown? All these buildings that haven't been used in a long time would be converted.
Good point.
It's so stupid, man. It makes me frustrated. It really does. That's why I keep covering
Our
it.
message to the Republican candidates for governor:
Yeah.
somebody lead the way.
I'll take them for
somebody
a ride in the Mustang.
lead the way.
I will take you for a ride in my Mustang, and you will see the light.
in Michigan with the
And
joint.
You will see the light. Okay. All right, let's move on to another stupid thing being
right.
done by our government.
Yes.
All right, Jill, you use TikTok, right?
Not a ton.
Really?
For work, yeah.
Do you do what social media do you use?
Probably Instagram the most.
Instagram?
Ugh.
See,
That's what all the young kids are doing.
it is.
Am I young?
Yes,
You are
in this room.
You're young thinking.
In this
You
room,
are
you're
young
young.
in this
Jill.
room. You are young in this room.
young thinking.
Young thinking.
John's an old
You're
man at
young
heart.
Thinking. That's fucked up.
It's fucked up.
You're not young, but you're young thinking.
That was Vesmar who said that, by the way.
No, that was Tom.
Wait, Tom said
was
that.
Tom.
Oh,
Sorry,
John.
John. I didn't mean it like that, but it did sound screwed up.
You're
It's
young.
International Women's
You're
Day
young
all
thinking.
over again.
Not actually young. So,
Oh,
TikTok
boy.
ban.
This is a head scratcher.
The House passed it, right?
The House passed it. And
US
the number
House.
was 352 to 65.
How did Frank
It
vote?
came out of committee 50-0.
See, like, there's no freaking way in hell I would ever vote for a ban if I was in Congress. And I'm sure the Democrats, there's no way Frank voted for the ban, right?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't-
But
I should-
352 to 65, I would think yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
Could you look it up, John?
Yes.
Because-
How did Mervan vote on the TikTok
How
ban?
did no? You know what, John? Look at how did Indiana congressional delegation vote? Because
so all the Republicans. So let's make a guess here. This has not been looked up before the show.
no.
I'm going to say there's no way Mervan. Mervan's got daughters. There's no way Mervan voted for the TikTok ban.
I'm gonna say it was
okay?
9-0.
You think all 9 of our congressional reps voted to ban TikTok?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, and don't forget, one of our faves from this show, fanboy of Trump, Todd Rokita,
Mm-hmm.
or General Rokita, he went on record of like he is all about the TikTok ban.
By the way,
Oh my God! Everyone voted yes.
Thank you. 9-0.
Holy
I did not know that.
shit.
what a bunch of
I did not
at
know
this.
that.
God.
So, but
That is so stupid.
well. But I get what you're saying
Let me
about
zoom in on this for chat. Hold on.
I get what you're
Frank,
saying, Tom.
I mean, as a Democrat, come on, man.
a lot of Democrats voted
He
for
has
this.
daughters. I guarantee you, Mervan's daughters use TikTok. I freaking guarantee you. They use TikTok and they're not
you-
getting programmed by the Chinese.
You can't vote just because your daughters use something that the Chinese
Do you
are
really think
stealing
that
everybody's.
China's going to take over America through
I
TikTok?
personally do not.
It's the dumbest shit ever.
But I wonder why there's this groundswell. I mean,
you know why? Because they're a bunch of politicians. They're trying to like, I'm tough on China.
But
It's
yeah,
so stupid.
But then why did Trump flip? This is the thing this is such a head scratcher to me because now like Biden's saying he's going to sign it and Trump's saying he's against it,
But the Senate has to pass it still.
which Schumer said it may not even get a vote.
Thank you. Then it's
Oh, I
not going
thought
to
you
get to
said
that
they
level.
were gonna.
No,
Then it's not going to get to that level.
Maybe.
Honest to God, this is the dumbest.
Jim Banks, Senator, the guy
I get the
running for
Republicans.
senator.
I get the Republicans. But what's Andre and Frank doing? What the fuck is that? They're Democrats are supposed to be tech friendly. First off, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Secondly, come on, Frank, you have daughters, man. Like, this is so stupid. I've been on
170
TikTok
million
for 2
users.
years. I've been on TikTok for 2 years. I think it's incredibly informative. Honestly, I think it's better than YouTube. And
That's why they want to ban it, Tom.
you know,
Well,
They
here's
can't
what
control it like
this
they
is
can
a,
Instagram
I tell you what.
and Facebook.
I think China is laughing at us because they're like, our technology is better than yours. And our technology is so good. U.S. fucking Congress is trying to get rid of our technology. Like, that makes us look so weak. Like, you fly a balloon over America. We're like, oh my God, there's a balloon from China.
Yep.
Like, we look like the biggest group of wimps. U.S. Congress. You look like.
is this the wimpification of America?
It is the
this
ultimate
on-
wimpification. You guys are embarrassing. The Indiana's delegation is embarrassing. This is so stupid.
Well, I think there's a lot of states. Even think about it, Tom. This is 352 to 65. Okay, so
there's
overwhelmingly,
65 people in Congress that have their heads screwed on straight.
well, this is the thing that is so much of a head scratcher to me. It's like you don't think China's getting their data some other way,
Right.
Like, really, it's going to be TikTok is going to be the downfall of American of getting your. I mean, I see this all the time though. Like on the election board, there are people that come to our meetings and they say that like this software that somebody in China made. They believe that it's taking all the election
the
workers'
votes,
data,
right.
So it's just it
Okay,
is
man, I'll be honest
pervasive.
with you.
This is pervasive.
Kevin, no. If it comes to election security, I agree.
Yes.
Okay? I don't think that we should be taking foreign-made machines. I don't think, honestly, on the sale of U.S. Steel to a Japanese company.
I was happy that Biden came out against that.
I agree. That's our ally. I don't think that should happen.
Nope.
Fucking TikTok? Are you serious?
Gates voted no.
Good. I mean, honestly,
Nay.
like,
Yeah.
is it
But
all
I-
Republicans that voted no, John, or is it Democrats?
I don't know.
It's mixed.
It seems
It's
to be
mixed.
both. I think he voted no. Like, there's some language in this bill that like gives authority to ban other stuff, like
So-
websites.
So let's talk
I
about
think
this.
that's why some people are voting no.
Yeah, and John, just to be clear, so what the bill does, it doesn't ban TikTok, okay? Let's be clear about that. What it does is that it says that if in 6 months after the bill becomes law, there is a company called ByteDance, which is a Chinese government company. if they don't divest from the company of TikTok, they may be banned. Okay, so that's part of it.
I actually I think it should be banned just for different reasons. I think all social media should be banned. No,
I think our
truthfully,
country
I'm
would
not
be
kidding.
stronger.
I think the world is a
sewer because of it.
unbelievably worse place because of social
I'm with
media.
you, John.
So I say don't just stop at TikTok, ban it all.
I agree with you. By the way, I think I think it all sucks personally, but there's no way that's ever going to happen.
And no, it's part of our culture now, and it's unfortunate.
It's
because
like
I think
cigarettes.
That's
it's not good for you, but people still do it.
I think Facebook is worse than TikTok in every
I
imaginable
agree with you, John.
way.
I agree with you.
But they'll
And
never ban that.
Agree with you. By the way, I
Think
think
how many
Facebook,
times they drag Zuckerberg before these committees and grill him, and nothing happens, nothing changes.
It doesn't matter what party, by the way.
Yeah.
And that was one of the things that Trump said he flipped on. This first of all, he said it's going to hurt our young people, which I thought was kind of funny. And then he also said after he met with a mega donor that could lose a lot of money if TikTok gets banned. He also said that Facebook is an enemy of the people, and he didn't want to help Zuckerberg. So, that's
guys, we got to do some ads, and then we got one more story to come back on, and we're running late. So,
all right,
Ron
what
J.
happened?
Preston,
We had so
sorry.
much
So, thank
fun.
you for the Facebook for the TikTok ban. Ron J. Prestimer Insurance Agency has been located for decades right on Indianapolis Boulevard, and they serve all your insurance needs. Their wide range of insurance products and services, including auto, home, business, and life, has helped over 1,000 individuals and businesses throughout the Chicagoland area. Call Ron or Ronnie today at 219-844-0103. They're here to protect what matters most to you, like Lockpod when they get sued by the royal family.
We'll never know if they ban TikTok. We'll never know what happens to Kate.
I was going to say, right?
good
How
point.
the hell are we going to keep up on the royal family without TikTok? Jim?
Your algorithm. What about these dancing women that you see every day?
I'd be screwed.
gone.
I'd be screwed. I don't know where I'd get my entertainment.
A lot of D. I'm just scrolling through every state. A lot of D's voted no. So yeah, that's interesting. Why the D's in Indiana voted no.
Bah.
Not all of them.
Bah.
Not all of them.
We're all sheep, man.
I thought you were
Sheep.
doing a goat.
See how many
I
artists
was
voted
trying
no?
to do sheep.
I
Is that
didn't
a
know what
sheep?
was happening.
Is
That was
that
not
a
bad.
sheep sound?
That was a bleat.
It wasn't bad.
Kind of a bleat. Yeah.
Are you going to do ads or am I going to do the
Jill's
next one
next.
too?
I
Oh,
mean,
okay.
I'm just waiting for you.
Don't
to
look at
stop
me.
talking. Tortillas Nueva Leon sets the gold standard in Mexican
I'm not
cuisine.
making you a steak.
Me neither. Anyway, look for their iconic red and white label at your local grocery store. Indulge in the finest Mexican products, crafted with local expertise, and savor the taste of authenticity. Discover the flavors of... Go ahead.
Tortillas Nuevo León, hechas con amor, para ti y tu familia de todo corazón. Tortillas Nuevo León, hechas con amor, para ti y tu familia de todo corazón.
Look at this. Nadler.
Yeah,
no.
Yeah, Jerry Nadler.
AOC. No.
ALC, no.
They're smart. They're smart.
Interesting.
I tell you, man, I would have been so outspoken against that. It's
Yeah.
whatever. No, they don't want a guy like me there.
Yeah.
MCR Partners. Speaking of, speaking of Matt Reardon, are you seeking expertise in economic development, finance, and planning? Look no further than MCR Partners, your go-to professionals for comprehensive solutions. Their dedicated teams ready to assess your opportunities and ensure the successful completion of your projects. Discover the difference MCR Partners can make in navigating the intricacies of economic development. Stay informed and connected by visiting their website at mcrpartnersllc.com. For personalized assistance, reach out to Matt Effin Reardon at 219-741-9511.
Say it with your chest, Kevin.
Matt Effin Reardon. Byway Brewing is a family-friendly microbrewery, and they welcome you to their spacious tap room and outdoor patio. Enjoy award-winning craft beer, a chef-driven menu, and craft draft cocktails. Their unique brewing equipment and production facility provides a perfect backdrop for private events, whether it's a bridal shower, a reunion, or a corporate party. With their new food truck, they can cater your corporate and private events off-site. Customer service is their top priority at Byway Brewing. Just off of 8094 at the Kennedy Avenue South exit. Discover more at bywaybrewing.beer.
All right, real quick, and I want to make, if you're okay with this, I want to make this into a two-parter.
Okay.
So I want to read a list because I
Okay.
know we're running late,
All right.
and then we're going to talk about it at next episode.
Sounds good.
Also, kind of breaking news. I just want to lead this out. If you haven't heard this yet, I just got a news alert that Fannie Willis can stay on the case if
You're supposed to be doing breaking news right now.
Oh, all right, John.
Unbelievable.
There we go.
Can't wait to hear this.
An Atlanta judge, a Fulton County judge, has just ruled that Fannie Willis can stay on the case as long as her lover steps aside.
Oh, wow.
That was the ruling. So Just
what does
came
that
out.
mean?
Is that what they're calling
He's
him?
out. He's
The
out.
lover?
If she wants
lover?
in, he's out.
He's out as prosecutor.
Correct. But she can stay on. And remember, that wasn't about the case being dismissed. It was about who's going to try it. So
He didn't
So
know
that's-
shit anyway, right?
Right.
I mean,
He's paying her in
just lost
cash
his-
anyway, man.
He lost a book deal, man. He
There
just
goes
lost a
his book
huge book
deal.
deal, right?
So see what she does.
And it's good. Now, there's precedents that you could have sex. The DA could have sex with special prosecutors, which is nice. So we have precedents now.
As long as you step aside from the case.
Yeah.
All right. So real quick, I just want to make this list, and then Locomotive's going to wrap us up.
Okay.
And we're going to talk about this next episode. So now that Trump is the nominee and Nikki Haley's Bird Brain's out, the question is, who will Trump pick
call
for
her Bird
VP?
Brain?
I don't. He does.
Oh, okay.
I
Is it?
like her.
I love
I like
Nikki
her. Well,
Haley.
I know you do. She looks like Marissa.
And I think she's a great candidate.
I do
like,
too.
Jill? I know you're a Democrat, but do you like Nikki Haley as?
She doesn't, bother me.
Blah.
She does not
So, like,
bother me.
if
John's
she
a
was-
vomit.
Right.
No, he's by John.
Warmonger, man. Come on, we don't need
Did
more
you say
wars.
whoremonger?
Wars.
Warmonger.
We don't need
John.
more wars, man.
Warmonger.
Get us out of it. America first.
Okay.
So the list so these are Trump's potential VP picks, and we're going to go into more detail at next episode. But here's a list, not a very short list, but
Wait,
a
is it
list.
official, Kevin?
No,
Did
no,
the
no,
RNC
no.
No.
No,
Did
no.
the RNC vote on it? Like,
Well, the
he voted
RNC.
on it?
So the
this
RNC
is in the New York Times.
This was New York Times, but the RNC did a straw poll, John.
Okay,
And
okay.
Vivek and I forget who the other person, the leader was, but it was Vivek and somebody else. So here's the list: Tim Scott, Vivek, Nikki Haley.
What's Vivek's last name? You make him sound like.
I'm sorry, Ramaswamy.
Yeah, you make him sound like Prince.
Well, I think you go
He's
by
got a
Vivek.
symbol?
I mean, how do you put that on a sign in your yard?
I don't know.
Ramaswamy.
Yeah, that's what you
It's
do.
a tough one.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, Vivek's not much easier than
Yeah, right.
Trump
Vivek sounds like a Spanish
Ramaswamy.
word for work hard or something like that. I live.
Trump Ramaswamy.
Right? Vivek, I think it is pretty. I think if you translate Vivek in Spanish, it means I work hard, something like
Wow.
that. Viva.
Or
Viva.
go.
Viva is
Go.
life, right? Viva is life.
You're the
Vivek.
Spaniard.
Yeah.
You're the Spanish-speaking.
Help me
Viva
out.
la.
I'm the Spaniard.
Viva la.
You're this Viva. Viva, I think, is life or something like that.
Nikki,
Long live.
Here's
It's a good name for a politician.
Ramaswamy. That's why I just said Vivek. That's
Vivek.
why I did. And you're like,
Okay.
why aren't you saying his
Well,
last
you're like-
name?
Yeah, I agree. No, I was just wondering.
Nikki Haley.
No way.
Elise
But
Stefanik.
Not
Okay.
happening.
Yeah.
Marco Rubio. Mike Pompeo.
Bad name.
Pompeo.
Bad
I'm
name.
sorry. Pompeo. Mike
Reminds me
Pompeo.
of volcanoes.
JD
They
Vance.
hate each other. Why would they even
I
be
don't
on the
know.
straw
I don't
poll?
know. You might as well
Okay.
put Pence on here. JD Vance.
Fuck that.
MTG.
Yeah, probably.
Tucker.
Oh, get that. Well, he's a freaking traitor, man.
I agree. Ben Carson. Sarah Huckabee Sanders. I thought about her, but man, she's changed a bit. South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem. Carrie Lake, who I think's nuts. Rick Scott. Katie Britt, who just had an interesting.
All right. I'm going to go off. I'm going to say Kerry Lake right now because of Arizona. And he thinks because no matter who he picks, he's going to cement that state. Or Marco Rubio would be another.
I think this Kristi Noem's a dark horse.
Yeah, and
South
so-
Dakota governor, Midwesterner, kind of can help with like the
All right.
Wisconsins and Michigans of the world.
All right.
So
We'll update that as
Yes.
we go along.
wrap us up, Mr. Locomotive.
I have to say, this was a good show.
Yeah,
I have to say.
You're young thinking, Jill.
You are young
I
thinking.
don't even know what that means.
It's a
means
compliment.
you're
It's
old.
a compliment. It's a compliment coming from a mayor. You know what I'm saying?
Wrap up Steak and Knobber Day, please.
Thank you for the annual Steak and Knobber Day.
Who are you
episode.
thanking for that?
Yeah, I'm on my way to the meat shop on the way home. So.
Okay, that is not true.
That is
Howard's.
not true. It's Friday.
You're
It's
gonna get a
Friday. On my
frying
way,
pan on
Howard.
your head,
I
dude.
will get a frying pan on my head. I'm being very funny about this, but yeah, it's Friday anyway, so we can't have meat.
Nope.
Yep.
Not today.
Yep. So
but
But it was yesterday.
some can have meat.
Won't we have wait, will we get a dispensation tonight?
those
You have to
Protestants.
go with an older person because they can't eat meat on
Yeah.
Fridays.
Oh,
is it over 50
over
or
65.
50? Is it 60?
Yeah, 65.
Damn, man, I'm getting
Oh.
close.
Can you imagine getting a knobber from a?
Oh God, John.
All right.
Stop.
With no teeth?
I love Knobber. Knobber is a good name.
Knobber's
All
a
right.
good name.
Thanks for listening, everybody. I think you got everything.
Got the
you-
idea.
You got everything you paid for, and
Yes.
then some. Right?
They 100% got their
every-
money's
No
worth today.
refund.
That's all we got to do is just give you your money's worth. So thank you, Joe. It's good to see you again. Jay Vez. I'm going to stick with your initials.
Yep.
Let me know if I screw up your name. Would you?
John will let you know
Seems
immediately.
Right. That seems correct.
Thank you, Jay Vez.
Yeah, I wouldn't wait 15 years. I'll tell you that
Yeah.
much.
Kevin Chandler. Good to see you, sir.
Thank you.
And
I'm
coming
happy to be
to-
back.
Yeah, thanks, man. It's no fun preparing a show without you. By the
Oh,
way,
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Season 11.
Wait, what?
Oh no,
I was
we had
a
good
part
time.
of preparing that show.
But you have to admit that was not a super productive pre-show.
Organized.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
I go to the pre-shows all the time.
But we
And
pretty much
that-
knocked it out before.
Yeah, I knocked it out before the meeting, and the meeting was a lot of bitching and complaining about things. Yeah,
F-bombs.
Anyway, season 11, episode 20 in the books. Thanks to Matt Reardon for helping us on the last show. Thanks to everybody for listening. Thanks to that lady I ran into with her kids the other day at the volunteers breakfast, and thank you for listening to Lock Pod. Season 11, episode